Hello everybody, it's your boy N here. I'm coming at you guys with another YouTube video. So in today's video, it is going to be the optimal Viessa build for farming XP. So without further ado guys, let's get right on into today's video. Before we do that real quick, my creator code is going to be on screen right now, so please do feel free to support me if you like what you see. Other than that, my link for my Discord server is going to be in the description. Now with all of that out of the way, let's get on into the video. So first of all, just to make this clear, the farm that we are going to be building this for is going to be the Vesper's XP farm. Now I'm sure you people are very familiar with the strat on that one, so let's get on into the actual build for all of this. So starting off, as you can see, this is a very minimalist style build. Now if you do throw some catalysts into Viessa, you can change this. However, we are going to start off by focusing on her second ability with the cold-bloodedness. Now with this, what we are going to be using this for is specifically this cooldown reduction rate right over here. Now with the Transcendent mod on for this, because of that cooldown reduction, you can see that over here we are going to get our cooldown go from 60 seconds to 15 seconds. Already off the bat, that is going to be very good for this farming method, because this method is very quick and you do need to be casting your ability and absolutely destroying everything more or less as fast as you can. So going over the actual modules on the config, starting off, we do of course have the cold-bloodedness. So when using a skill, the empower increases and the skill cost and cooldown decreases. This is very ideal because obviously, you know, we are trying to get the cooldown down. Again, MP conversion for cooldown, minus 15 MP, which is not too bad. Now again, we are going to be focusing on her chill abilities, so you know, more chill power, and again even more cooldown. Maximize range, and you're gonna need this because we need to get the max amount of range to basically nuke everything on this in this area. And as you can see, obviously, you know, it makes the blizzard a lot better. Now focus on tech, because if you look over at Viessa's ability, it is obviously a tech ability. And skill cooldown again for nimble fingers, because we are trying to basically delete our cooldown. Again, skill expansion for extra range, and then last but not least, we've got one of the maneuvering mods. Now for these you can use, you know, long distance, multi, mid air, you know, whatever you prefer, but in this one I'm going with multi maneuvering. So with the actual mods done now, let's talk about the components. Now for the reactor, you can literally use anything. A reactor based towards ice or chill abilities would be ideal more or less. But for the actual components, there is two components which are actually going to matter, which is these two right over here. The sensor and the backpack looking thing. But ultimately the two things you are going to want on any of these is MP recovery in combat, and the second thing is going to be MP recovery modifier. Now when these two combine, you will get a decent amount of MP comeback, so you won't need to really jump after drops or anything like that. Now these are the only two things you actually need. For the other two items, you can put whatever you want on, but that is basically it for the actual components. So now let's actually run some of the farm and I'll show you what this can do. Okay, so we are now in the Vesper's XP farm and we are just running it as normal. Now making sure to have my second ability active, I'm just waiting for the enemies to spawn, using my fourth ability and absolutely deleting them left, right and center. Now you don't need to use your second ability every single time, just whenever it runs out. As you can see in the gameplay, I'm just using it for the sake of it because I've got the MP like that and I am balling like that. Then by the time the enemies spawn again, my fourth ability is more than ready to go. Now I just want to mention in this gameplay specifically that I only had the MP recovery in combat on. I didn't actually have the other modifier on in the consumables, so I was only using one instead of the other one. So you know, it can be improved, and even with this you can see I'm not having any issues with energy, or sorry, MP or anything else like that. You can see it shooting up and all that sort of stuff, and as soon as you're out of the combat and you give it a second, your recovery goes flying back up just like that. And it is basically as simple as this. One thing that the Viessa is going to want to do though is start another mission. Just towards my right there is another mission that you can quickly start, just so that it basically means that you don't have to keep quitting left, right and center for the XP farm. So you know, that's basically as easy as it gets. And yeah, now I do want to quickly mention that this config is not a completed config. It is a base template, but even if you run it with as little things as is on there, you can easily get away with running this specifically for this farming method. Also, another important thing is where you aim. So if you look over there, I'm going to zoom all the way in on this gameplay right now. But if you can see where I'm aiming over there, right around there, just under where the spawn circle is, where that rock is, I guess, that is essentially going to be where you want to aim for this. And I just off myself, that's not good, but that is going to be where you want to be aiming for this specifically, just so that you are able to basically delete all the enemies in one go. Does it really matter if you don't aim pin precise on the exact spawn and all of that sort of thing? Not really, no, it doesn't. But as long as you're aiming within that general vicinity, more or less under where that red spawn point is over there, you should have more than enough range on this config to get some disgusting numbers, as you can see just from over there. Now, one other thing I wanted to point out is you might want to stand a little bit behind this rock that I am standing on, just because sometimes when enemies spawn a little bit close to you, they can leave fire on the ground, which will obviously damage you. So, you know, you want to be doing your best to avoid that. More or less, that is essentially everything that you are going to need for this farm. Now, this build is actually very low investment. For this, I've literally only used one energy activator, and I don't even think I've used a catalyst on this one. The reason I am making this video primarily though is that I see a lot of people who running this with Ultimate Viessa. I'm assuming they have activators or some form of a catalyst in there, and their builds are far from optimal, especially for this farm. So it basically doesn't get any easier than that. One activator is more or less all you need for this method, or just for this base config on this farm. Anyway people, that has basically been this video, and I hope you have enjoyed. If you did, please do smash that like button, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. Other than that, hope you've enjoyed. Please do use that creator code in the top link in the description, and please do join my Discord server. It would be great to have you in there. But like I said, that's this video. Hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you one. I'll see you one. Bro, I'm full. I'm so tired. It's like 11:30 at night right now. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.